Now, rarely do I endorse this guy, Jordan Peterson, but I just so happened was talking about this yesterday on one of my videos about how important it is to allow young people to speak up for themselves. Because if we want them to be good citizens, a good citizen stands up in the face of authority when the authority is trying to assert power in a way that they should not be asserting that power. If we want people to stand up against the misuse and abuse of power, then we have to teach our young people to stand up on principles. That means we can't punish them every time they want to stand up because they have a question about the validity of what they are doing. That's part of the development of our youth. If we punish them every time they try to stand up, then when they become adults, they'll be so used to bowing down to authority that our society will have a hard time making societal changes because most people will be so used to bowing down to authority. So let's listen to what Jordan Peterson has to say.
You have to acknowledge that it exists. You almost have to embrace it in a way.
A good parent too does everything he or she can not to repress that. Like what you want to do with children is you want them to be forceful. You want them to have some power.
Exactly.
You want them to integrate that capacity for aggression into, well, let's say, lucid conversation. You want them to be able to stand up for themselves in family discussions. If you just punish them for being aggressive, let's say for talking back or something like that, you don't guide that into more sophisticated development. You see this in schools too now. You know, when my kids went to school, this was so dumb. We had a rule in our house, which was you don't have to follow stupid rules.
But in this video, we hear Jordan Peterson talking about our dark side, our shadow side, and how we need that dark side because there are moments where we need to stand up. And that is not something that is developed in our society a lot. And I was just talking about this. But he correctly says that if we want to have more adults that stand up in the face of authority when authority is misusing and abusing their power, then we have to teach children how to do that. We have to teach children how to critically think and how to verbalize that critical thought and how to debate someone else, how to listen to someone else's argument and develop a counter argument to refute what that person just said. This is all a part of the development of the child. So we can't always expect children to obey, nor should we think that's a virtue to just obey to authority figures. We must develop other sides of ourselves and of our children. So everybody must know we all have a shadow or dark side that must be used at times. We can't run from it and repress it. This is what Carl Jung talks about. Repressing our dark side or our shadow side. It's still going to show up in different places, so you might as well recognize it's there and work with it and use it and teach our children how to use it in more productive ways.